G'day guys, welcome to the channel. Today I'll be doing a video on the Wolf Cub winder with cover in British Racing Green. So I actually got this for my birthday from my partner. She surprised me with this out of nowhere, and you know what? I needed to make a video on it just because for us smaller wristed people, we're talking 6.5 inch and under or thereabouts, right? There's a few things you need to know before you buy one of these. Now, these are typically on sale for about $510, though I believe the retail to them is about $635, give or take. So I do have the 10-piece in British Green from Wolf, and the quality of it has just been fantastic. I love that box, and getting this as an additional is forcing me to, keep my addiction going. So I want to get intimate with this. I want to take you down close, but also just to discuss a few things about this winder that you need to be aware of, especially for the smaller wristed people, because $510 for just one winder for one watch is a lot of money, and if you're not prepared for it, you're not going to have a good time. So let's get down to business. Okay, so I was going to do an unboxing on this, though what I realized was none of my watches fit. So this is the reason why I wanted to make this video. Anyone with a wrist size of about 6.5 inches, it's not going to fit. So the winder comes with obviously the box. It comes with some adapters where the power port goes into here with different universal plugins. You can put batteries in this, which I currently have batteries just because it's more of a cleaner look. As you can see, it's winding, doing its job. And it comes with this. Now this is what I was talking about. This is Wolf's dynamic cuff. And the whole idea of it is you're able to fit watches with wrist sizes as small as 5.5 inches all the way up to the maximum. So the way it works with their patented technology is, let's say you have a watch, and wristwatch check, I'm actually wearing my Explorer today. Let's take this off. If my wrist was about 5.5 inches, the whole idea is it should be able to fit like this and compress the cushion. As you can see, it doesn't fit, right? It's quite loose. Obviously, when the watch winder's going around, it's going to bang the watch up, and that's not what we want. So, the dynamic cuff technology comes with these two extra cushions. And as you can see, the deviation from each one, so this is supposed to be the small. So this is the petite, this is the small or standard, and this is the standard or large. I forget which one it is, but as you can see, kind of the same size, right? The whole point is it can compress. So, according to the website, this should be able to fit my 6.5 inch wrist because it accommodates all wrists. Now, as you can see, I can't close my watch bracelet. I can't do it. I can't close it at all. It doesn't work, right? Even if I have my bracelet open, as it suggests on the manual, the watch isn't going to fit in the hole. It's just not going to fit. And it's just going to damage everything. It's going to damage the winder. It's going to damage the watch. Unfortunately, from what I know, is these winders only come with these dynamic cuffs. That's what they come with. So I reached out to Wolf, and the customer service rep, I'm not going to say her name because I asked for her permission and she hasn't responded, so I'm not going to say her name, but she was very helpful in helping me out. She actually sent me this additional cushion, which is a completely different one. It's their older small cub lock-in cushion that they don't stock with the boxes anymore. So here's my PSA. If you got a wrist size as big as mine, 6.5 inches or thereabouts, 6.25 inches, 45, 6.75, whatever. If you're going to be close to my wrist size, you need to get this small, standard, older cuff to fit the winder in itself. So what I ended up doing was making a makeshift cushion to make it fit, right? Because I got this present from my birthday, so I was like, I want to use it. And I didn't expect Wolf to actually listen to me, right? I didn't expect them to listen or help me out, but they did. And you know what? I'm very grateful for their service. I'm very grateful for, their assistance in making this work for me. So as you can see, I made a makeshift cushion. It's not really the greatest workaround, just because it kind of defeats the purpose, right? It defeats the purpose of getting a winder to begin with that supposedly fits our wrist, but whatever. So that's really the idea, is that you need to get a cushion that fits if your wrist size is smaller. So I currently got the snowflake in the box here, and in order to take it out, all we need to do is just pop the cuff out like so. And with this new cushion here, as you can see, there isn't that dynamic cuff shenanigans happening. This is just its own one-piece construction. So in order to do the business and put the watch in, all we need to do is just compress the cushion, close the bracelet up like so, move it to the center, and that's it. Simple as that. Now, I know having a winder is not really a necessity. Only really if you got yourself a perpetual calendar or a really complicated movement, you would want to put it in a winder so you don't have to keep mucking about with it. I only have date complications, right? So in order for me to not have to wind or change the date every single time, I'm just going to rotate my date complications into this winder. Now, I also want to show that leather straps don't really work with this, especially if there's a deployant. So my SBG M221, which I'll grab in a second, doesn't fit. But in order to just put this back into the hole, all you need to do is just put it in, like so. Wait for it to click. So push it and click it. There we go. Done. Turn the bad boy on. And away we go. According to the website, there's about 900 rotations per day that this does. So what I've noticed is when this is empty and I'm letting it rotate, at the end of the day, it's basically full. So it does the job well. And then in order to just stop it, just flick the switch off, and that's really it. But let me get the SBG M221 to show you that deploying clasp leather straps don't really fit in this. So as you can see, I'm going to put the SBGM on. Now, when closing the cushion with a leather strap, it does work, see? It does fit with this proper sized cushion. Just try and move it to the center. The only concern I have with my leather straps is that I don't want to stretch them out because this uses a foam-like material. It's constantly pushing against this. And in order to obviously keep the watch in place, it's adding force down here. Like, as you can see here, it's constantly pushing down. Right, so I'm a bit sus about how leather straps will go, but shoving it in the hole, depending on which watch you go for, as you can see at the top there, let me actually try and bring this closer. I'm a bit sus with the fact that the strap is touching the mechanism inside. So I'm sure it's not going to damage it. But what I obviously don't want is this to start wearing down. So that's the consideration that you need to have if you're going to put something on like this in there, right? Otherwise, for your bracelets, totally fine. It's all a matter of just compressing this bad boy, locking it in place, moving it to the center, pushing it in, waiting for the click. There we go. Close the door, turn it on, and your winding is basically good to go. Now, let's get back to face level to summarize this video. Alright, so that's the video on the Wolf Cub Winder in British Racing Green. So, to summarize, it's not worth getting if you're not a watch nerd and watch enthusiast, or if you don't have a complicated watch like a perpetual calendar or a triple calendar. However, as a gift, it's bloody great to receive. It is a really nice, well-made box. It's It's great for display purposes. And if you have a big collection like mine, if you don't want to keep changing the dates, which a few of my watches is just a pain to do, yeah, it's great to just rotate each one into here so you don't have to go back, change the date and all that stuff. So do I recommend it? As a gift, if you're running out of gift ideas, sure. However, $500 to $600 is a bit of a pill to swallow. Now, I want to praise Wolf for their service because I got this as a gift and I reached out to them because this stuff didn't fit. Without having to MacGyver this, it just didn't fit and it kind of ruined the experience for me initially. But after receiving the cuff, they gave it to me for free, shipped it out. I was over the moon essentially. Like, it makes me loyal to the brand, even though it is an unnecessary, expensive bit of kit. It does make me loyal to it because of the service I've gotten. Now, the replacement cuffs for smaller wristed people like me, they go for about $20, $25. So keep that in mind. If you're gonna buy this for yourself or for a gift, take into account the person's wrist size and just get a spare one of these just in case, because if you're like me, I didn't know anything. I got this as a gift and, you know, without having to do this stuff here, you know, just cutting out cushions, it would have been a spoiled experience. But nevertheless, great quality, great bit of kit, just a bit unnecessary, but it's nice, man. So that's the video. Hope you guys enjoyed and I'll catch you in the next one. Take care.